So I with the Sasquatch. That's what I've been doing. That's where I've been. I just got back from expedition just a couple days ago. Uh, Tough expedition. Temperature was pushing us. Incredibly successful. I have a thing I want to talk about today. So in fact, I think it's been two expeditions since I've done a show. Probably not. So I heard about my last incredible sighting. This expedition, there was a very a likely sighting, but it was at such a significant distance that you know, from my perspective, most assuredly a Sasquatch sighting, but just at a very significant distance. And but I'm very happy. But anyways, what I was going to talk about today was Marco Polo. My God, we had these Sasquatch amongst a few other amazing things. Hello, Andy. Thanks for tuning in. Um, they literally were leading us around. They'd make a, a big knock on a tree or a wood knock really loud, just one, and then we'd follow it. We kept moving towards it, and that went on for I don't know, hours, at least 2 hours, maybe three. And the Sasquatch were literally within just 150 yards of us, knocking and leading us and knocking and leading us. So it was a pretty amazing experience. The expeditioners did fantastic. To be honest, I was expecting a little more, just because the expeditioners were so amazing. I had an MD out there. In fact, I think I can even. He's on Instagram. His name's Garth Fisher. He's a very famous, a very well-known medical doctor. It was just a pleasure to take him out. And Josh Ryan, who's a very famous Los Angeles photographer, all with the hopes of having success with, getting footage of a Sasquatch that didn't quite precipitate. But again, of course, as always, I had really high hopes. And I can't walk away just thinking, man, it was, uh, I wanted more. I always want more. And I still have to go back and do some stuff there. So the year's not over. I didn't get the footage I wanted, so I may have to go back and do something extreme by myself just because it's the way it is. But yeah, Marco Polo with the Sasquatch, like rock knock, follow it, rock knock, follow it. We actually stopped because the Sasquatch just seemed to be leading us in a circle. So, you know, after a while of just going in a circle and going in a circle, there was a weird bunch of broken trees piled up. Maybe that was significant somehow, but I didn't think it at the time, and I'll have to go back and look at it. But yeah, amazing the way they just let us out. And yeah, I couldn't have been happier with the expeditioners. It's really to go on expedition to get good success, you have to be out there enjoying yourself, having fun. These guys were laughing and joking and just always on, always smiling, always lighthearted, because it was hard on them. They're from California, and it was got cold at night, so and we were grinding. I took them on some decently hard hikes. So yeah, I'm really happy though. I mean, they had a live interaction at the very least, and at the best, a sighting. So just fantastic, incredibly happy with the success. Apples were taken, and even actually, I guess for the first time ever, the Sasquatch. So the third individual who wants to remain anonymous on the expedition, who has a tremendous amount of wilderness experience, just a really knowledgeable, comfortable guy out in the woods, put a rock stack of three rocks. The first day, a Sasquatch took it two rocks and moved it, left one rock and moved two rocks on top of each other. And then another day, they took the rocks, the whole pile, and moved it over to a log. And then we had apples taken, and then that rock pile was moved one more time. So I've never seen them manipulate somebody else's rocks. Literally, I have a rock pile of my own out there. It's never been touched by Sasquatch. So I was very impressed with that. So, and the 2 weeks ago videos are going to be up on the Sasquatch Sunday stuff. I was supposed to be even posting last week, and it just didn't stick with YouTube. There was a problem there, so I'll be back Sasquatch Sundays permanently. And Yeah, the live shows are back. Like I'll be doing these live shows very regularly. I really appreciate everybody's support for tuning in all the time and uh, all the great questions that we have. So I'll get to the questions starting now. Let's do it. So, are you coming out with another documentary? Yes, I'm working on that. Um, I really should have it done in the next month or so. So, just lots of like making a movie is very difficult. So, just takes a lot. And I tell you, like if you can't notice, like these expeditions took a lot out of me this year. I'm tired. You know, I lost a lot of weight. You know, hiking around and you know, dealing with injuries. You always have something. You know, I hurt my back quite significantly, so I was ice bathing a lot, and just it was a grind this year, a little tougher. Not because I'm getting older, just it was a little tougher this year. So um, it's funny because as much for someone like me, this might be hard for normal people to understand, but as much food as I could eat, like high calorie food, like high fat food, avocados, you know, almond butter, you know, all the fat on the chicken, we put that back in our meals. And you know, as much fat as I can eat, I just burn it off. You know, I just burn and burn calories. So I start my expeditions. This year I started at about 230, a little over 230 pounds. I'm probably weighing in under 215 right now. So, and that's going to have not just fat loss because I'm really lean, but probably a little bit of muscle mass in there. Most likely due to the attrition expedition that I did up to the top of Radium, which was a brutal hike, and then you know we had to ration our food, ration our water. So it was a lot, but just such a fantastic year. I'm so happy. And big things are coming, guys. So in fact, before I get into questions, I should talk about that. So um, I am going to make. So years ago, Joe Rogan was talking about me when Survivor Man was on the show, and he talked about me in a couple other episodes, I believe, that people were mentioning to me. Definitively, one episode he mentioned me specifically with Survivor Man and mentioned my footage. Called it fake as F. So it's time for me to go talk to Joe Rogan. So he sent me. I had emails from him years ago that are not effective anymore, but I'm putting it out there to my colleagues, to anybody who knows. I'm willing to drive to fly out to Austin and go nose to nose with Joe Rogan uh, about Sasquatch. There's other big media names I'm going to do, but I'll talk about Joe Rogan specifically because he's actually discussed and mentioned me. And yeah, I'd like to. I'm a big UFC fan, big MMA fan, and I really love Joe Rogan's comedy, and I like what he's doing. I like his, you know, I like that he has a voice that gets heard. I respect that, even though he's disrespected Sasquatch and disrespected my footage and the Patterson footage. But it's just, let's be honest, it's just ignorance. You know, the species is real. The evidence is significant and profound, and I'd like to go have a discussion with him. So I'm I'm full bore to do that. If anybody has any suggestions on how to get a hold of him, uh, bigfootencounter@gmail.com, send me that, or go to the Joe Rogan podcast. Just send emails. Hey, go talk to Todd Standing. Go talk to Todd Standing. So uh, I'm going to get to him. So I have pretty significant connections already working at it. So the odds of me doing that show are pretty high. And I put the challenge out there. I'd like to go onto the Joe Rogan show. I'm going to make it official. And I have the time now because I'm not doing expeditions. And I'd like to have a discussion and start reaching out to pop culture, making people aware of what's going on, the importance of this discovery. Because it's not just, if you've been watching the live shows, I've been talking a lot about it. It's not just a new primate discovery. It's literally an awakening in our species. So yeah, and I have to go public. I have to make this public because that's what the discovery needs. It needs humans to awaken to this new manner of thinking, this awakening, this extrasensory perception, this collective awareness that we all need to jump on board with. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, uh, watch previous shows. I'm not going to get into that much more detail right now, but that's what this discovery is really about. That's why the discovery hasn't been made. So hello everybody, hello everyone. Dominic, we need a new documentary. You do. Hi, Todd. Jody from Cape Cod, Mass. Here. Love your work. Keep it up. Thank you, Jody. Thank you for your support. I'd love to see one. I see a drone. Yeah, the expeditioner that came out hadn't been using this drone, so I have quite a bit of drone experience. So I'll be giving that a try. So and there's lots of new technology that I'm going to start implementing. So, in fact, there's a good likelihood I'm making a deal to get the blimp drone with new thermal technology on it. I'm really excited about that. The reason I would want that is like this Marco Polo stuff that's going on. I'd like to see what the Sasquatch are doing, how they're reacting. I'd like to get a leg up in what's going on out in the wilderness. When the Sasquatch come around and I make a call or I do a rock knock, do they move away or do they get closer? What's working and what's not working. I'm literally blind in the dark trying to make this discovery, facilitate and move forward. Or even how often are the Sasquatch around? I know a lot, but are they around? I have a feeling they're around a lot more than I even know. So I'd like to have that information with the thermal drone in the air. I'd be able to accomplish that. So that's what this new technology and new cooperation is. I intend though, guys, like the inner work that needs to be done is the number one priority, and I'll never stop that inner work, working on my feelings, my extrasensory perceptions, my third eye, my connection to the land and the earth, my spiritual connection. It's very important, guys. uh, Got to learn about this stuff. It's it's just it changes you. It makes you so much richer and so much more, like it creates a depth in you. Like you're literally walking around blind if you don't have these, if you don't enjoy the benefits of extrasensory perception, ESP. It's a very, very real thing. There's ways to train your mind and work on it and open your mind. Of course there are ways to train it. Some people are very talented at it, some people have to work at it. I'm one of those people that has to work at it a little more. But I'm all over it, and it's important. There's really things that are happening too that can take away your extrasensory perception. Fluoride, calcium, bad water. It messes up your pineal gland. So we've talked about this quite a bit. But these are really, really important things. So the inner work's going to happen, but I want to combine the inner work with technology. So I'm going to take advantage of every little bit I can, and I don't see a problem with that. Because man, the stuff the Sasquatch are doing, like they're knocking on the glass of my trailer. And as far as I'm concerned, when you get around the trailer, that's my area. Outside of that, where my trailer is, where my campfire is, where my chairs and stuff, and my e-bikes and all that. Outside of that area is theirs, but in that area, that's mine, and they give that to me. I mean, I see that they've given that to me, and they give me that respect. I can have that. So I have a wonderful relationship with these incredible beings. But so putting up a drone in my space should be, all fair and love in this discovery. So let's get to some questions. Do you think Sasquatch create art? I know they create art. I've seen them do stuff. So, and that makes them sentient, makes them self-aware. So I don't want to get more into that. It's just what I have is I have evidence of art that I keep, and that's for my court case. That's for when the discovery comes, because nobody's ever going to say they're not sentient, and nobody's ever going to be able to cage these beings, these hominids. So, hello, Todd from Northern Alabama, Talladega National Forest. I've had many encounters. Well, Jeff, man, I can't wait to get back to the Talladega Forest. Specifically, I'd like to get back into the Cheehaw Valley because there are Sasquatch there, my friend. I saw definitive. Look for tree breaks right along the trails. Point at the trail, broken trees, all kinds of heights. I saw that like crazy in the Talladega Forest, and the Cheehaw Valley, as you well know, is famous for Sasquatch. So yeah, absolutely amazing terrain. I'm actually planning to get back out there just when it's winter up here. Maybe what did I say? I think late February, early March is going to be my goal to get back out to the Cheehaw Valley. So to the Talladega Forest in Alabama. I just love it there. It's so much fun there. Dominic Smith, how's it going? Kyle, everybody, there's World Creations. Thank you so much. Sasquatch Research Family. Peace to all you. Peace to you too, World Creations. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here in Northern Alberta, soon to be the Yukon. Oh my God, Mitch Auger. Mitch Auger. Northern Alberta is beautiful. I hope you love the Yukon. Any success you guys are getting, any stories you have, If you want to go on the Discovering Bigfoot podcast, if you have a story to tell us, bigfootencounter@gmail.com. And Kyle is pretty reachable. He's on Instagram, he's on Facebook, and he's working hard to keep that show entertaining and amazing. The Discovering Bigfoot podcast, which is every Saturday, hosted by Kyle. Greetings from New Hampshire. Hello, New Hampshire. Hello, Stephen. A couple months ago, I found a strange print that has 3 toes and what looks like an opposable toe. What email can I send you the picture? Bigfootencounter@gmail.com. I'd love to see that, please. Hello, everybody saying hi. I love the way we have this real family cooperation. You guys are amazing. Hello from Rhode Island, the United States of America. I'm in your backyard, Todd. This is from the Watcher. I'm in your backyard, Todd. Well, you know what? I got a Roddy, so watch out for the dog crap because I haven't cleaned it up all week. So be careful, the Watcher, where you step. Hey, what kind of drone do you have? Do you like it? Well, actually, the DJI drone that they brought out, this is not a DJI. This is another kind of drone. It's not one of those pop culture products that DJI is kind of the company, I think. But we've got some amazing footage from a new, little, really tiny DJI drone. So I'm not sure what kind this is. What the name of it is. I wasn't even supposed to be in the shot. So this represents the new technology I'm really getting into. So. Bye from Georgia, and one of the expeditioners that I just went out with is from Georgia. I love Georgia. I've seen the last 2 videos of the 8-year-old Sasquatch breaking small trees by your trailer. Have you found hairs? Oh, no, not a single hair. And yeah, I had a good hard look with like a magnifying glass. Like I went over that thing millimeter by millimeter. So there's tree lichen all over it, which to the untrained eye looks a little bit like hair, but there's just not. I haven't found any hairs. I'll get that stuff though when I don't know, when I focus on it a little more. When I'm really making a priority, I can go get hair samples. I have in the past. It's just what's the point? Honestly, like right now, I don't know. I don't even the cost of getting DNA samples analyzed is a fortune. So I don't have anybody who's volunteering that, and what's the point? Sasquatch are accepted and known as a real primate. What Jeff Meldrum did with the tracks. The tracks have been accepted as feet from a living indigenous hominid that lives here in North America. Nobody cares. The DNA study was done by Adrian Erickson, was paid for. Some amazing boots on the grounds guys got real Sasquatch DNA. It's been proven it exists. The papers are all done. I have it somewhere in my notes here, my records. It just seems like nobody cares. So, Hi, Todd from England, UK, currently 2 a.m. Thank you for staying up so much. Appreciate you participating in the show. This is Southwest Bushcraft, UK. Hello. Thank you for tuning in. Love your stories. Thank you so much, Dominic. Hello, Pennsylvania. Andy says, please subscribe. So you have free access to we have over 300 videos. Wow. As well as the Discovering Bigfoot website. It's a virtual library of Sasquatch information. Thank you, Andy. We got to catch up, Andy. So I heard that you got to talk to James, and I'm definitely going to make some time to catch up with you, Andy. I really appreciate all your help here. Do you believe in aliens as well, Todd? I'm not really a believer guy. I've seen evidence that just shows me that aliens are absolutely real. So I know the alien phenomenon is real. The evidence I've seen is beyond any reasonable doubt. That's kind of what you go with, right? So, and I've had multiple incidents I was involved with that are just clearly, not of this world, has nothing to do with Sasquatch. But another common question I get, is there a relationship? And I say no. So no more than aliens are allegedly abducting people. Well, aliens could, be abducting mountain lions and bears and Sasquatch. So, oops. So perhaps the aliens, I would want to abduct a Sasquatch for sure. They're amazing. If I was an alien, I think, one of the coolest specimens you could get would be a Sasquatch, don't you think? So they're absolutely amazing. So I was listening to a podcast called Blurry Creatures. Really? A podcast called Blurry Creatures? A guest on that show I don't know his name, but he said he was out in the field in Canada and saw you out there. Ooh, Fabian. Well, Fabian, I'll tell you something, my friend. I'm out there. It's one thing I promise you. I am out there, boots on the ground in the field. I'm freaking exhausted from out there. Like it's been a lot. So it's been a grind this year, and it's been tough with the Canadian border restrictions that were previously implemented. They're all gone now, but it was tough. You know, I had 26 people booked to come out, and only 12 were able to come out because of border restrictions. It was awful, and even it was hard to book those 26 because of the restrictions. Most people didn't even try. So you know, out of literally, I'd say over 50 people that would have come out and wanted to come out, couldn't, didn't, and then the 26 that signed up, you know, it was just it was hard. You know, I had a lot of not only expeditions, one person coming out of the three that were invited, but also expeditions just completely canceled, which happened quite a bit. So it was frustrating. I mean, COVID's affected so many of us in so many ways. It's been a freaking disaster to say the least, you know, in our society. Either way you look at it, vaxxer or non-vaxxer, it's been a freaking disaster. And you know, horrible. Django's asked me what so many people ask me, any new footage? Not yet. India's in the house. Hello, India. Sasquatch watcher. That's creepy. Says Andy. Have you had a bad? Have you had a bad back? Get it inversion table. Yeah, that's a good idea. My beautiful Ashley has an inversion table. It's just has to let me use it. So I wouldn't give Joe the time of day. Well, Russell, love him or hate him, the man has power, right? He has influence, and I want to get it out there. You know, I really, I hope you guys can understand. There's factually, according to an amazing study done, 100 million people in the United States believe Bigfoot is real or very probably real. It's going to be in my documentary. I mentioned this a lot, and there's another 100 million people all over the world. I'd like to reach them. I'd like to tell them that the discovery is happening, and you know, who do you? Media is like, what a freaking disaster. I don't trust the media for bubkiss. I mean, it's the media is a freaking nightmare. The COVID report sponsored by Pfizer. I mean, what the hell? So, a little bit biased there. It's like, here's the dairy report sponsored by Dairyland. I think there's going to be some damn bias there. Like the things that are going on in the world, guys. They're not even trying to, not even trying to hide it anymore. You know, and I'm not, you know, I'm the Bigfoot knower. I know that Sasquatch exists and they're real, and I just, you know, I do the best I can to stay away from conspiracies and stuff. But man, you just can't trust the media. Like they just lie and lie, and they get caught lying, and the deceit, and the, you know, the horrible politicians. Hey, welcome to Canada, where you have this horrible freaking prime minister that's world famous for being a scumbag and a liar and a cheat. You know, and he'll get voted in again. What do you do? It's crazy times. So um, I just want to reach out again, reach more people, tell people what's going on. Um, Cooperation is powerful, and you know, and there's a purpose now. You know what? I'll tell you something. Like I've been doing the best I can to tell the Sasquatch what I'm doing, and you communicate through the way I communicate is like through empathic abilities, through ESP, and I've been communicating it to them, you know, what's going on and what I'm going to do, and they've been, you know, doing the best to understand each other. And the communication that I get is it's like little video excerpts, like little, you see little things, little visions that they're giving you, like you know, me doing this, or they don't speak English, so they're trying to communicate with you the same way an animal communicates with you through your thought. And you know, you can't tell them, like if you want them to think about blue, you think blue. If you can't say don't think blue because this is what hits your mind, right? So it's this ability to communicate to the best that I know how, and the best I've been trained to, and them trying to understand me is, you know, they want this discovery, they want this awakening, they want the awakening, guys. They're not going to come down. We're literally dealing with a species that exists on a higher frequency, a higher plane of existence, in that they can, they're in constant communication with one another. They understand each other's thoughts and feelings because they share those things openly with one another. And we're very deceitful and dishonest because we can do that, because we can lie and cheat and steal, and it happens every day. For God's sake, like every day there's a new scam, someone trying to steal something from you, someone trying to get money from your credit card, just on and on and on with all this crap that's always happening. It's very frustrating. And, you know, we just, I want to get out of that phase. I want humanity to rise up to a new level of awakening where we can openly communicate through extrasensory perception. It's it, I call them Sabe a lot because that's what I'll try to keep the Sasquatch on the show, but Sasquatch really want that, and that's what we need for this discovery. That's what's necessary for the next step. So get him, Todd. Thank you. I truly believe you. Thank you, Dominic. Well, I'm truly telling the truth. Fabian, I tried the table and made my back worse for 3 days. Oh, never use a table again. It's brand new too. All kinds of perspectives, right? So I actually, so Ashley, my Ashley, that I take out on expeditions and is my personal girlfriend. Um, we had a hilarious thing where I got into she has one of those back things, and it was set wrong, so I just went right over. And she's like, she's strong, and but I'm like heavy, and she's trying to fix me, and I was whipping around in the wrong spot. I literally would have freaking died there, like blood coming out of my head in 4 hours. Or I had to break the thing or something because it was set wrong. So make sure if you do use one, make sure it's set for your height, because I think it was set for her mom, who's probably like 5'4", and I'm 6'3", so that didn't work. It's pretty funny, but. Who would win in the octagon, Jake or Bigfoot Silva? I wouldn't even be close, guys. Like it wouldn't even be a fight. There's Sasquatch is so much more powerful than a human being. It's ridiculous. Todd, you and Ash need to come down here to Yakima Nation Res, Washington State. And by the way, Joe Rogan needs a lesson or two. Well, don't we all? I need a lesson or two. I need a lesson or 10. And dude, Joyce, I'm telling you, are you talking with Ash? Because she's talking with somebody from Washington. She's pretty excited to get down there. You, my dear lady, Joyce, we would love to take you up on that invitation. I have wonderful things going on. I love Washington State. I absolutely love Washington State. It's one of my favorite places in the whole world. I adore that area of the U.S. So it's really close to my heart. We would love to take you up on that opportunity, Joyce. Please send me an email, bigfootencounter@gmail.com, and we'd love to take you up on that. I'm coming to Washington, so it's got to happen. 2023 will be the year of discovery. Is that right, Kaiser? So this is coming from a man who's had sightings in my research area. One of the people that I say, don't take my word for it, come out with me and I'll show you a Sasquatch. And Kaiser Budo, Darren, as I affectionately refer to him, who's also going to be in the documentary, Eyewitness the Sasquatch, has had incredible. You've had two eyewitness accountings, you bugger. So congratulations to you, Darren. And yeah, I I uh, I don't want to make any predictions, but guys, the discovery is coming. Like there's so much great things happening. This is not going to keep spinning like it is. The discovery is going to happen, and it's got to be. And here you can quote me on this. If not 2023, 2024, discovery will be. And you know what? I worked the MD that I worked with, the scientist, medical doctor, man is a full blown PhD scientist. Said something that I totally agree with. If science isn't going to jump on board, science can kiss my ass. I'm going to get the 200 million people that know Sasquatch is real or probably real. I'm going to get them on board with this discovery process. We'll do it our damn selves. We'll all enjoy this discovery ourselves. Eventually, it's going to catch on because I'm very public. You know, if there was, I mean, do you guys even understand? I I'll tell you right now, I'll take media out and show them a damn Sasquatch. Like, what the hell? Like, you understand? We live in a world where I've been saying this for, gosh, since 2012. Don't take my word for it. Come out with me and I will show you a Sasquatch. I've literally been on CNN, BBC, Global News, all these, Fox, all these different newscasts. Every time I'm on the news, I go, after the story, I go, hey, the story went well. I'm glad. Hey, if you have anybody, come on out and I'll show them a Sasquatch. And they all say no, every freaking one of them. And I have, like, you need references? Call Survivor Man, call Jeff Meldrum. You know what I mean? I could get, and there's literally dozens of men and women that I've taken out and I've shown a Sasquatch that will give me references like you can't even imagine. PhDs, judges, top police officers, Navy SEALs, Army Rangers, like the list goes on and on. special forces firefighters, like captain firefighters, all these incredible men and women I've taken out that would all testify that, man, Todd Stanley's legit. And zero media comes out. One time I had the APTN network threatened to come out, and it didn't work out. That's the Aboriginal Peoples Network here in Canada. Very, very small network. But they copped out of it at the end. And that's what I do, guys. I take people out and show them Sasquatch. I mean, there's really, there's no arguing about what's going on here. I just came back from showing people a Sasquatch, live interacting people with the Sasquatch after having done it before. Oh, and I did it the expedition before that. Like, this is what I do. There's really, whatever people are saying, whatever crap, BS is coming up, like, all you need to understand, really understand, for those of you who are skeptical, do you understand? Watch the episodes of Survivor Man. He filmed the top of the head of a Sasquatch. He never did more than 3 days with me. Like, that better blow your mind. Jeff Meldrum, watch my movie. PhD saw Sasquatch on day 3 out with me. Like, are you sitting down? This is what I do. I take people out and they see Sasquatch. I'm training people now to go out and see Sasquatch without me even being there. Like, this is growing. The discovery's happening. Like, smile for all of you who have been waiting for this. Let's have a big smile. Maybe pop culture isn't catching on. Maybe the media isn't catching on. But one day they'll look back in 2 or 3 years and they'll watch this video and go, the dude was telling us from right from the beginning. This isn't the video. Look back years and years. I've been saying this for years. I told that to Survivor Man in 2013. Calls me up on the phone. Hey, it's pretty impressive stuff. What's your deal? I go, yeah, you want to see a Sasquatch? He went, yep. I went, let's go. Look what happened. Went on TV. You know, the success was ridiculous. He live interacted with Sasquatch in every freaking episode, ladies and gentlemen. You know, and this happens all the time. It's not new. This is going on all the time. Every year I do this. Like, what's it going to take? I take out anybody and show them a Sasquatch, live interact them. Over time, over a month, give me a month with an important person. Give me a month with Joe Rogan. I'll have a Sasquatch dry humping his leg. Like, he'll go home going, they're real. You know, I'm doing this. It's getting done. I am boots on the ground. Thank you, Jason Shoot. Right? Came out here, tough as nails. Jason Shoot, colleague, friend of mine, second expedition, comes out here, gave me a shirt. Boots on the ground, baby. We are boots on the ground. We get it done. We love the theory. We love the science. We embrace the spirituality. But man, we are out there, boots on the ground, getting this done. Like, you know, bears and mountain lions and wolves and all the crazy moose running. We're out there in the bush, bleeding, literally, blood, injuries, cuts, scrapes, you know, out there grinding, blisters, injuries, grinding, because this discovery is happening. Take a second and go, hey, the discovery is really happening. I don't know of anybody who's gotten to this level. No disrespect to anybody. And if anybody is at this level, congratulations to you. You're awesome. You're making the discovery too. Hey, that's great. But right here from where I'm sitting, discovery's getting made. And don't take my word for it. Ask Ashley, ask Kyle, ask James, ask Jason, ask Garth, ask Michael, ask Amanda, ask. They're out there. It's getting done. So I'm not even surprised. So it's coming. Enjoy it, because it's here. The discovery's happening. So and all the evidence I have, I mean, you know, it's legit. It's going on. So be excited. Keep watching the shows, guys, because let's have some fun. Let's get excited. You know, the discoveries, every year we get better success. Somebody out there, if not me, somebody amazing is going to make this happen. Someone's going to have a Sasquatch come right out, take an apple right out of their hand, have a sit down and have a discussion. And if it's not me, congratulations, whoever gets that done. You're amazing. And I'll be your number one biggest fan. And if it's somebody on the show or somebody I never met, it's all good. It's all good. I just want the discovery to happen, guys. So that's one thing about that alleged Bigfoot community is I'm not involved in it because it's so cutthroat, it's so competitive. And, you know, if you have a competition for who's the best Bigfoot researcher, I'm not even going to show up. I'm different. I get success in different ways. It's freaking impressive what's going on out here. And I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm expanding, and with all your help and these awesome questions on this show, the discovery's happening, guys. So don't worry about the media, don't worry about the crap going on. The discovery's right here, and that's it. It takes time to get used to the table. What table? The table behind me? Sorry, guys. Hey, brother. Hope all is well. Hello, Kaiser. Everything is awesome. We got to talk soon. Late, but here. Thank you, Painless. I think that'd be dope if you talk to Joe Rogan in an interview. Yeah, it would be. Like, I don't know. Y'all understand too. Like, here I am talking with my George Expeditioner. Like, man, I've done interviews. I've done so many interviews. I've done the biggest shows. I've coast to coast AM. You know, just I can do any kind of interview. It really. I don't know what else to. Joe Rogan and I'll banter. We can have some discussions. I don't have any intention of butting heads with them. You know, I'm just not about that. I just want to be patient because he represents pop culture in a lot of ways. Most people are absolutely certain Sasquatch can't exist and doesn't exist. And if he's game, I mean, even this would be huge for Joe Rogan. You know, get just all he has to do is agree to an expedition. That's really what I want. I want to go on the Joe Rogan show. I know he goes moose hunting. I know he does some outdoorsy stuff. I know he's attempted to do some Sasquatch stuff, but not with Todd Standing, right? And I don't know, people. I just I'll get Joe Rogan out there or somebody big like him, Russell Branded. I don't know. I take out Howard Stern, but he wouldn't manage it too well. But just we need to get to another level, guys. We need to grow. We need to expand. This has to get back out into the world that this is going on, and because I want people to awaken, right? It's really about that. Not so much the Sasquatch discovery as the awakening that moves us to discovery. Because you won't need proof of Sasquatch when you can remote speak to them, when you can do your ESP, when you can feel them and then talk to them and have that understanding. It changes us, guys. So, and the Sasquatch won't allow themselves to be discovered unless you have those abilities, unless you can open up to them. So, sorry, my freaking little thing here keeps sliding down. But I hope you can understand that. That's what it takes to make the discovery. Is you have to be open to it. You have to be up on their frequency because they're not going to come down to ours. And there'll be there'll be more on this. But let's do questions today here. So watch Third Eye Spies on RV remote viewing. Thank you, Royal Creations. Right, ladies and gentlemen, watch that movie. That movie, it's it's as amazing, as mind blowing as that movie is. It's the tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen. Once you can really get down that rabbit hole and see what's going on, thank you so much, Royal Creations. I recommend that movie to everybody. Third Eye Spies, watch it. So it's absolutely amazing. We hitting in on Southeast Oklahoma. Learned a lot from you. Thank you, brother. You are so welcome, Brown Whale Driver. My pleasure. And that's what this show's about, right? It's about me learning from you guys learning from me. It's about cooperating and growing. I love that stuff. A lot of the unknown. Thank you, Southwest Bushcraft USA. Fish out of water. Howdy. Hello, Nikki. Fabian 22. Yes, I couldn't get balance correct. Held it up upside down. You guys are having a good talk. That's awesome. Are you speak? Are you speaking the truth? This is from Stacy Henderson. Yes, I am. This is really happening. Get excited because the discovery is happening right here and right now. It's amazing. That's the most important truth you all need to know. So here we go. Maintenance worker, ENT. Hi, Todd. Finally got some rain in Nia Bay. Man, we've been dry too. Oh my God. Be able to find some tracks now. We had one of the driest summers I can remember. This is the driest summer ever I've ever heard of. Man, we probably had up until a week ago an inch of rain all summer, guys. Like June, July, August, September until October, we had like an inch of rain. So that's bad, really bad. Andy, check it out on YouTube. It's helped me. So I'm glad you guys are talking. How can we go out with you on this adventure? Information about my expeditions is discoveringbigfoot.org is my website, and there's an expedition page. Hello from California. Hello, Fabian. Eric, hello. Yes, Joe Rogan. Yeah, let's do that. That'll be fun, right? Hit the thumbs up, y'all, if you're liking the show. Thank you, Andy, for reminding me to say that. It takes all of that for sure. Thank you, John. We're in agreement. Are you attending the Florida Bigfoot Conference in Ocala, Florida? I'd like to. Maybe. April. Hmm. May, June. Yeah. I usually wait for people to call me though, because there's a lot of controversy. If you invite certain people, and they're just gonna get pissed off about me being there, and I really only do keynote speaking, and that pisses people off too. So there's little celebrity guys that cool and they have good stuff, but I do keynote speaker and that's it. So if people are gonna not do that, then I'm sorry guys, just the way it is. So we'll see how it goes. Hi Todd, good to see you. Hello David Powell. Logan, hey Todd, what's up, brother? What's new? We went up to the freaking top of radium 2 weeks ago and had a sighting and had apples taken, and it was amazing. So tremendous success in October. This last expedition, we did not go to the top of radium, Logan. So, um, but yeah, I think that's how I hurt my back. My back's killing me from sleeping on that freaking mountain. I literally, I mean, there's slopes everywhere. Uh, I just hurt my back. Like it's a grind up there. I think I slept on a rock or something. I just rolled over on a rock. And I mean, when I slept, you only sleep for like an hour. You wake up. You know how it is, Logan. You wake up, you stoke the fire, you roll over, you try to get some sleep, you go to sleep, wake up. So I just had a bad couple hours with my back, and doesn't feel so great. But it's very fixable. It's very healable. It's very acute, and I'll get back on board. I've had much worse back issues than this. I saw one five. I saw one at 5 yards back in the '80s at my trap line. It was a huge, hairy, and stinks bad. Well, that's great, Stanley. Man, I'd love to hear about that, especially trappers. Trappers get a lot of stuff going on, right? Bigfootencounter@gmail.com, my friend. I would love to hear about it. And if you got lots of information, we can get you on the podcast. Took out hunters yesterday as a guide and brought up Bigfoot. One was a believer, the other was a skeptic. And that's the way it is, right? So, and I respect skeptics, so it's all good. I am 6'2", but I set it for 6'4". I was able to balance on the table. We're still talking about the back thingy. Anyways, do you think there's a big Sasquatch population in New Hampshire? Oh man, I've never been to New Hampshire. I don't know. I can't speak for that. So, and someone, Andy's saying, remember the kids watch this show, so I don't use profanity. And let's try to keep the comment. Let's keep the comments clean, or they'll be removed. So there's lots of young people that watch the show. Perhaps my son will watch the show. He's 13 years old. So we're respectful gentlemen having respectful conversations, or you will be removed from the channel. And you guys are so amazing. Look at these questions though. You ever heard of a skinny Sasquatch being dangerous, like skinny bear is deadly? Well, you know what? Nobody's special. That's the person who wrote that comment. Kubota is small. Kubota's only 8'4", and those Sasquatch around there 9 foot plus. The males. Kubota's a male. He's 8'4", and he's definitely not big. He seems to have like the same arm length, but not as long in the body. So Kubota is oddly shaped for sure, and smaller and slim compared to he's not. He doesn't have that thickness, and he's the one that's causing trouble if you keep up on the Kubota stuff, right? So what platform would your new documentary be on? It's going to be on the Infinite Network as things fit, as things are going right now. Up from James Bay, hello, William. Thank you for tuning in. Did you see the ape? I'm in Russia. Did you see that ape? I'm in Russia video? No, I did not. So hi from the marine side of New Hampshire border. Hello, Stacy. Thank you for tuning in. What about the Dogman? I always get a question. I know nothing about Dogman. See no evidence of Dogman that I found to be significant, and I've never seen why I don't know anything about them. Hi, Todd. Do you think they live in a cave system in the wintertime? Very likely. So Anna, but it's only my theory. I don't have evidence to substantiate. Oh, actually, I have seen a cave, and I've heard legends of it, like from people I respect. So I've stepped in 3 piles so far, Todd. My white sneakers are ruined. This is the watcher man who claims in my backyard. Sorry about that, brother. You're just making a mess. Get out of there before the dog comes out. You can get your ass bit. We're just having fun. Wouldn't be the drone get caught up in all those trees? Drone technology is amazing. I've been pretty impressed with what I've been seeing. So especially if we can get the thermals up there, it could be really good stuff. Question: are you prepared to go backcountry for a prolonged solo excursion to get the definitive evidence? Yes, I would like to do that. I just had other priorities this year. I had people to meet, I had relationships to build, uh, and the October expeditions were important. I'd like to go do that right now, but so much going on. Life, yeah, it's just there's difficulties, and I'm only a Sasquatch researcher, guys. That's it. So I do this full time. I do nothing else. I support my family based on Sasquatch research. So through my YouTube videos, through donations, I am a full time Sasquatch researcher. If you do appreciate and you want to participate, donations are very welcome as long as you can easily afford it. If you can't easily afford it, just enjoy the videos, um, watch the shows. But those of you who are passionate, like some people are passionate about gorillas and dolphins, if you're passionate about the discovery of Sasquatch, we're making this happen, guys. So feel free to set up for a monthly donation on the discoveryingbigfoot.org. And it works, guys. It helps. It makes a difference. Hello from Mississippi. Love the show and the podcast. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. I love Mississippi. Got to go to the Natchez Festival last year. I really loved it. What's up, Todd? Hello, Club Chub. Todd, have you been able to try gather environmental DNA? I've only been hearing about that so far. So I'm interested in the concept. I don't know anything about it, but it looks very interesting. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Crocrons. Joyce, if you have a question, I'd love to answer it. Thank you so much for your donation. If you'd like to make a donation to me, that one mostly goes to YouTube. I love YouTube. I'm grateful for the platform. They get most of that money. If you want to make a donation directly to me, you can go to the discoveringbigfoot.org website and make a donation that I will actually receive. Hey, very busy in Tennessee clearing some Bigfoot clans in the Knoxville. Clearing some Bigfoot clans? Well, that's funny. What do you mean clearing? So, if you have information about stuff you're doing in Tennessee regarding Sasquatch, I'd love to hear about it. Bigfootencounter@gmail.com is the email address I keep talking about. Remember, thumbs up. Thank you, Andy. Cool stuff. Thank you, Southwest. Awesome, Joyce. Again, thank you for your support. We are First Nations people, knew about them for a long time, but I wouldn't reveal the location because they should be left alone. And that's a very respectful perspective, Stanley. Of course, the First Nations, that's what Sasquatch, that's the proper term for Sasquatch. Sabe is what the term for the local indigenous First Nations people here in my region call them. Of course, they know about Sasquatch. Even guys, I want to start talking about the First Nations traditions to do with animals and specifically how it applies to living a wonderful life, because Sabe is about honesty. It's about transparency. It's about having an integrity through being honest and open. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's what ESP does, guys. So so like the First Nations and the Native Americans, man, they know. Of course, they know. They've always known. They've been taught how to coexist with the species. They've been taught to revere them and respect them, admire them. So, and to me, that's what really helped me move forward was the support and the respect I had for native trackers are amazing. Learning about how they track, learning the truth about tracking, because it goes the rabbit hole, guys, doesn't end with ESP. When you can feel the energy of things, when you can feel energy from the way a dog smells scent particles, you can feel those particles. So the ESP is just the very beginning, guys. The feeling things, the connecting to the environment, to the understanding of the plants and the animals and the beauty of nature and connecting to all that. This is a rabbit hole, guys. Like what the Sasquatch can do is mind blowing, and there's so many levels above us, and they just want us to hit that bottom. Like they're trying to reach down, and and hopefully we're trying to get up, and match that, so we can just connect on that starting frequency, and that's what I work so hard on. It's really the most important thing with me is the inner discovery, the inner opening, the inner work that I do is more important than anything. Because if I can really listen, if I can open my mind and hear the Sasquatch when they're talking to me and when they're speaking to me, then this discovery literally just falls into place. It becomes easy. I know there are people out there that have this ability. I've talked to them. I spoke to people that are in communication and do amazingly well with Sasquatch. It's mind blowing. So really great stuff, guys. Really beautiful awakening, because if you're worried, if you're scared about what's going on with the world and what's going on with people, like I am, what are we leaving our children here, guys? I mean, are you scared? I'm scared. The Democrats hate the Republicans, the vaxxers hate the non-vaxxers. There's Black Lives Matter, there's Native Lives Matter, blah, 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 all these ways to separate us, for us to hate each other, and it scares me. It really terrifies me. So, and what I teach and what the Sasquatch want is a new level of cooperation, a new level of understanding. Like, what does it mean to be human? Even what's the definition of human? Do you know? Hue is light, and man is Latin for manifestation. So you're literally a manifestation of light. And that is so beautiful, guys. It's so deep because we all come from the same source, the sun. The sun is where this energy comes. The sun is where I get energy to talk and move around. So we're really literally all from the same source. All of us. All the energy comes from the sun. The sun shines light, chloroplasts absorb it. Animals eat it. We eat the animals, or we eat the chloroplast directly, or we eat the plants that derive energy from the chloroplast. We are literally stardust harvesting starlight. So we're all from the same source. We're all connected. And I mean all of us. I mean the plants. I mean the animals, the mammals. Everything's all connected, guys. All from the same source. Do you understand the significance of that? All this energy comes from one thing. We are connected. As much as that might pain you to understand. So, and that's what the Sasquatch know. And it's a beginning of a beautiful new existence. And I'm so excited about it. I bust my ass. I work so hard. I'm so focused on the inner work and connecting and feeling from inside and spiritually growing. And it's so important for anybody. I mean, pure science, guys, like look at Jane Goodall, look at Diane Fossey. So two of probably the greatest researchers, certainly with primates, that's ever lived. And if you ask them, I get, well, Diane Fossey's gone. But man, she was passionate. She loved her gorillas. Love, man, is where it came from. Love was what her discovery was. Love of her gorillas is what ultimately was her demise. And look at Jane Goodall, man. She is an incredible PhD hero, amazing human being. Like, man, I have nothing but respect and admiration for that woman. Hero forever. And I don't have to ask her because I already know the answer. Ask her if it was what really gave her her success. Was it her science or her spirituality? And I already know the answer. And I think you truly do too. So thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. Love doing this show with you. Had about, oh my God, what is that? Looks like 1,000 more questions. Oh my God, guys. So I get in trouble from Ash. I'm sorry, Ash, I didn't get through more questions. I just love doing this show, guys. Chances of me being back next week are really, really high. So, because this show is amazing. I think you guys are fantastic. I'm so grateful for your questions. I'm so grateful for the way you guys push me and support this discovery process. So, thank you so much. Y'all take care of yourself. And I'll be back next week. There'll be Sasquatch Sunday. Kyle's podcast will be rolling. And we're actually more online content, more talking about Sasquatch, more of the theories, because the expeditions are we'll see what happens. I got a little grind in me still, so and I'm pretty I want more. I want to go fight for some more, and some pretty amazing stuff is happening. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what can happen. We'll see what the universe provides in the future, because I'm still pretty hungry, still chomping at the bit, and there still might be some time. So we'll see how it goes. But y'all take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.